I'm Angela Wu. We're at KPF and I'm in San Francisco. We do a lot of large mixed-use master plans, residential, office, retail, kind of just a lot of different things all over the world. The one thing we're looking for when we hire people is really, it depends on their levels, right? So if we're talking about somebody who's just started off school, it's really their potential. You know, do they have an eye for the architecture? Do they have the right aspiration for what they think the public realm should be, what they think architecture should represent, what a city should be? We look at we don't expect someone who came right out of school to know all the softwares, and those can be taught, but we're looking for those things that cannot be taught and that are somewhat innate and special for each person. So when we're trying to hire for someone who's intermediate or a little bit more advanced, we look at not just their portfolio itself and their work, but their ability to collaborate with people, how they relationship with clients, consultants, what their skill set and knowledge is. And so I think it's really about aligning culture, making sure that everyone has kind of what's best for the project in mind and not what's best for themselves. And so, you know, we think that what's best for someone's career is going to come through being able to work well with others. KPF actually has many different offices. Our headquarters is in New York. We're in San Francisco. We're a smaller office. And the way that our office work is then, because we're so small, we have half a dozen people, it's very family-like, which is much like our New York office too. But this one, because there are only a few of us, a lot of things are very casual. We're very friendly, and we, you know, seek people's opinions and ways to improve the office. We always ask people, and in a very organic way, because there are so few of us, what people like to see. You know, we try to do things that are kind of create the culture of and helping us to be like a tighter knit office. So we're kind of growing. We're like a smaller section of the bigger office. So my advice for somebody who just started is to ask a lot of questions. And the reason being is if you just follow directions, you're not going to learn. If you're in a meeting and you see consultants and you see, you know, let's say your manager or your supervisor discussing something, feel free to ask the question, because then that's how you learn. By asking a lot of questions, then you know why certain directions and certain decisions are being made. Otherwise, you're not going to learn. And the questioning is a learning process. And sometimes you can give really good kind of fresh perspective by not having too much experience either. So it goes many ways. So I would say just speak up, ask questions. Yes, so through all of the pandemic, people not being in the office, I think our strategies stays the same fundamentally, meaning we're still looking for great candidates who are great designers, who have great analysis skills, who are quick learners, lots of potential. But the thing that's different is we do encourage people, especially people who just start, to be back in the office so that they can learn. I mean, that's how I learned when I first started, is through hearing conversations of other projects and then be able to ask questions about other projects as well as your own project. That's how you learn, just the breadth of information that's all out there. The importance of equity, diversity is actually really important for us. We see that we actually have outreach programs, especially in our New York office. Here's a little bit smaller. And we hire kind of globally, and we do share candidates that we think are great. Maybe somebody that we saw an interview here, they might want to go to New York or vice versa. So we definitely want to encourage kind of the gender diversity and the cultural diversity and all of those. And it's basically looking at their portfolio and reaching out to schools that we partner with and kind of reaching out to the students. We also start with programs that are high school programs that are otherwise not able to kind of go to a firm like KPF, that we start them young, like just kind of bringing them up and opening the floor for them for what architecture is like. Yeah, so we always enjoy technology, and technology we always see as a tool, right? It doesn't replace the creative process. We have KPF UI, which is the urban interface, of which we use data that we are able to farm from the websites and the internet to kind of analyze and study, for instance, is a street being used and what time is it being used, what kind of program, what kind of retail goes in there, to helping us study and iterate kind of different program, different areas of a program for large master plans. Now, ChatGPT and Midjourney and all those, we think that you can fear it or you can conquer it, right? So we're all about conquering it and using it as a tool for us to become more creative, because all of these AIs actually look at the past and what was done before. What's different is we're human beings, we actually look to the future and we can always create more new things.